Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to study about generation of high voltage. In the field of electrical engineering and applied physics, high voltages are required for several applications. For example, electron microscope and X-ray require high DC voltages of about 100 kV or more. The electrostatic precipitator, particle accelerators in nuclear physics require high DC voltage of several kilovolts or even megavolts. High AC voltage of 1 million volts or even more are required for testing power apparatus. High impulse voltage or transient voltage are required for testing purpose to stimulate overvoltages that occur in power system during lightning or surge arresters. High voltage are available in different forms. They are high DC voltage, high AC voltage of power frequency, high AC voltage of high frequency, high transient voltage of very short duration such as lightning over voltage, and transient voltages of longer duration such as switching surges. There are various methods by which high DC voltage can be generated. They are half wave and full wave rectifier, voltage doubler circuit, voltage multiplier circuit, and Van de Graaff generator. Let us study about half wave and full wave rectifier. This method can be used to produce DC voltage up to 20 kV. For higher voltages, several units can be connected in series. Here we have a circuit showing half wave rectifier and a full wave rectifier. For first half cycle of given AC voltage, capacitor is charged to a maximum value. For the next half cycle, the capacitor is discharged to the load. The capacitor C is chosen such that the time constant C into RL is 10 times of the period of AC supply. To limit the charging current, additional R is provided in series with the secondary of the transformer. When a number of units are required in series, transient voltage becomes non-uniform and a special care should be taken to make the distribution uniform. A full wave rectifier with half wave cycle, rectifier A conducts and charges capacitor C, while in negative half, rectifier B conducts and charges capacitor C. The source transformer requires a center tap secondary with a rating of 2 volt. Let us have a look at the waveform. The first waveform here shows input sine wave. Second waveform shows output of half wave rectifier. Second waveform shows output of full wave rectifier, and the third waveform shows Vmax, Vmean and ripple waveform voltage and del V with condenser filter of a full wave rectifier. Let us go through another method by which high voltage can be generated, that is Van de Graaff generator. Before that, let us see what is a Van de Graaff. In electrostatic machine, charged bodies are moved in an electric field against an electrostatic field in order that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. That is, power of mechanical energy to be converted into electrical energy. For that, we have a belt in this setup. Force on belt is given by this equation. F is equal to integral 0 to S E of x dq, which is equal to 0 to S del B E of x dx. The mechanical power rho is equal to Fv, which is equal to, substituting this value of F here, we get del BV integral 0 to S E of x into dx. The current that can be obtained here is I is equal to dq by dt, which is del B into dx by dt, which is equal to del BV, because of which we have V is equal to integral 0 to S E of x dx. Thus, in an electrostatic machine, mechanical power required to move the belt at velocity P is equal to Fv can be converted into electrical power, that is P is equal to V into I. Let us go through the diagram of Van de Graaff generator. The generator is usually enclosed in an earthed metallic cylindrical vessel and is operated under pressure or in vacuum. Here we have a lower spray point. The second diagram here, second object in the diagram, shows motor driven pulley. The third object here is insulated belt. Fourth is high voltage terminal. Fifth point is the collector. Sixth point is upper pulley insulated from terminal. Seventh object is upper spray point, and eighth object is earthed enclosure. Here we have a belt. This belt keeps on moving and shifts the charge to this surface. The belt is driven by electric motor at a speed of 1000 to 2000 to 2000 meter per minute. The potential of high voltage electrode is V is equal to Q by C, where Q is charge stored and C is capacitance of high voltage electrode. A steady potential will be attained by high voltage electrode when leakage current and load current are equal to charging current. Load current and leakage current is equal to charging current, and the shape of electrode is nearly spherical. The charging of belt is done by lower spray point, which are sharp needles and connected to a DC source of 10 to 100 kilovolt, so that the corona is maintained. The charge from corona point is collected by the collecting needles. We have collecting needle here, and is transferred into high voltage electrode. The belt returns. A fresh charge is sprayed unto it as it is passed to lower corona point. The charging current for unit surface area of the belt is I is equal to BV del, as we had discussed earlier, where B is breadth of belt, V velocity of belt, and del surface charge density. The generator normally works in high pressure gas medium. and pressure ranges from 5 to 15 atmosphere. The gas may be nitrogen, air, or SF6. Van de Graaff generator are useful for very high voltage and low current applications. The voltage can be stabilized to 0.01%. These are extremely flexible and precise machine for voltage control. Let us go to the next topic, generation of high alternating voltage. When test voltage requirements are less, about 300 kilovolt, a single transformer can be used for test purpose. The impedance of transformer should be less than 5%. Each transformer unit consists of low winding, high voltage winding, a third winding known as meter winding. For higher voltage requirement, a single unit construction becomes difficult. Here we can see a setup of cascade transformer connection. The first transformer here is at the ground potential along with its tank. The second transformer is kept on insulator and maintained at a potential of V2. The high secondary voltage winding of the first unit, here we can see AA dash. We see V1 is input here. V1 is the input, V2 is the output. AA dash here are low voltage primary winding. BB dash are high voltage secondary winding, while CC dash are excitation winding, and BD is meter winding. The third transformer is placed at a potential difference of 2V2 on an insulator. The rating of excitation winding is same as that of low voltage winding. Third transformer is kept on insulator above the ground at a potential of 2V2. The output of third stage is 3V2. The rating of low voltage winding of 230 or 400 volt input can be used to produce 3.3 kilovolt, 6.6 kilovolt or 11 kilovolt. The high voltage secondary winding of first unit is connected to the tank of second unit. The low voltage winding of this unit is supplied from excitation winding of the first transformer, which is in series with high voltage winding of the first transformer. Let us study about generation of impulse voltage. Impulse voltages due to lightning and switching surges cause steep buildup of voltage on transmission line. Impulse waves are specified by defining their rise and fall time to 50% peak value. Thus, 1.2 to 50 microsecond and 1000 kilovolt wave represents an impulse voltage waveform. Let us study about an impulse multistage generator called as Marx circuit. The components that are in a multistage impulse generator are DC charging set, charging resistors with 10 to 100 kilovolt, generator capacitor and spark gap, wave shaping resistors and capacitor, triggering system and voltage divider. Let us have a look at the circuit. We have here charging resistors RS. We have R1, R2 wave shaping resistors. We have gap G here, which is called as spark gap. We have capacitance of generator as C. A single capacitor C1 is to be charged first and then discharged into wave shaping circuit. A single capacitor is charged and then sent to wave shaping circuit and is limited to 200 kilovolt. For producing a very high voltage, a bank of capacitors are charged in parallel and then discharged in series. The charging resistance Rs is chosen to limit the charging current from 50 to 100 milliamp, and the generated capacitance C depends upon the product of C into Rs to about 10 seconds to 1 minute. The gap shaping G is chosen such that breakdown voltage of the gap G is greater than charging voltage. The capacitance are charged to voltage V in about 1 minute. When impulse generator is to be discharged, the capacitor C gets connected in series and discharged into the load or test object through the spark gap. Let us study about tripping of an impulse generator. In large impulse generator, the spark gaps are hemispherical electrodes arranged in such a way that sparking of one gap results in sparking of other gaps as overvoltage is impressed on the other. Irradiation from an ultra voltage lamp is provided from bottom to all the gaps to have consistency of sparking. The first shape of impulse generator is fitted with 3 electrode gap and central electrode is maintained at a potential in between that of the top and bottom electrodes with R1 and R2 resistors. The tripping is initiated by applying a pulse to the thyratron G by closing of the switch. Capacitor C produces an exponentially decaying pulse of positive polarity. The thyratron conducts on receiving the pulse from switch S and produces a negative pulse through capacitance C1 and central electrode. Voltage between central electrode and then the top electrode those above sparking potential and gap contacts. Thank you.